The Ottoman Empire was one of the mightiest and longest-lasting dynasties in world history. Spanning over 6 centuries, it began in the late 13th century with a Turkish tribal leader named Osman I in Anatolia. Osman and his descendants expanded their territory through shrewd alliances and military conquest. Against the weakening Byzantine Empire, they built a highly disciplined military force, most notably the Janissaries, an elite infantry unit loyal only to the Sultan. The turning point came in 1453, under the leadership of Sultan Mehmed II. Known as the Conqueror, Mehmed laid siege to Constantinople, the impregnable capital of the Byzantine Empire, using massive cannons to breach its ancient walls. On May 29, 1453, Constantinople fell, ending the Roman Empire and marking the rise of the Ottomans as a world power. Mehmed renamed the city Istanbul and made it the new capital, transforming it into a center of Islamic culture and trade. The empire reached its zenith in the 16th century under the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent. Suleiman was a brilliant military strategist, pushing the empire's borders deep into Europe, reaching the gates of Vienna. He was also known as the lawgiver for his complete reconstruction of the Ottoman legal system. The empire controlled the holy cities of Mecca, Medina, and Jerusalem, making the Sultan the caliph of the Islamic world. Ottoman society was complex and multicultural, managing diverse religious and ethnic groups through the millet system. The millet system allowed Christians and Jews to practice their religion and govern their own communities with relative autonomy. Architecture flourished, with the master architect Mimar Sinan building masterpieces like the Süleymaniye Mosque. The empire controlled key trade routes between Europe and Asia, generating immense wealth from silk, spices, and ceramics. However, the discovery of new maritime trade routes by Europeans began to undermine the Ottoman economic monopoly. Following the death of Suleiman, a long period of slow decline began, often called the Sultanate of Women. Incompetent rulers, palace intrigue, and corruption weakened the central administration. The failure to capture Vienna for a second time in 1683 marked the end of Ottoman expansion in Europe. Throughout the 18th and 19th centuries, the empire lost territory to rising powers like Russia and Austria. It became known as the sick man of Europe, struggling to modernize its economy and military in the face of industrialization. The Tanzimat reforms in the 19th century attempted to modernize the state and grant more rights to citizens. However, rising nationalism among the empire's subject peoples led to rebellions in Greece, the Balkans, and the Arab world. The empire made a fatal decision to enter World War I on the side of the Central Powers in 1914. Despite a stunning victory at Gallipoli, the war ended in defeat and the partition of Ottoman lands by Britain and France. Out of the ashes of the empire, Mustafa Kemal Ataturk led a war of independence, founding the modern Republic of Turkey in 1923. The Ottoman Caliphate was abolished, bringing an official end to an empire that had shaped the world for 600 years. Its legacy remains in the cuisine, language, architecture, and politics of the Middle East and Balkans today.